Selection method. Next topic is selection method. So now these are different methods that we use in different organizations. Some methods are, it is not necessarily that each and every method is to be used by each and every organization. First of all is resume, of course. uh, I don't need to explain you what resume is. So resume is your CV, your brochure on which you are displaying yourself, right? So resume is one selection method, of course, where you introduce yourself through resume, and organization first time look at your resume and shortlist you for the next step. Second is cognitive ability test. Now what cognitive ability test is? Cognitive ability test is your mental ability test, right? Most of organizations do this. And what type of organizations do this? You can say, for example, uh, accountancy firm can do this. You can check your mental ability test, and they can give you the questionnaire to fill out and finalize and give your responses. When you go for army test, for example, before ISSB, when there is initial screening test, they check you on the basis of your mental ability. That is called cognitive ability test. Physical ability test, most of security agencies or the organizations where your physical ability is required, they used to check you on this physical ability test, that you are physically fit for that specific job or not. For example, again, in security agencies, in army test, they they take your test from on the basis of your physical ability, including they give you the running test, they check you on push-ups and medical tests and all those. Then personality test. Personality test is which type of personality is required for that specific job. I mean, what do you think about personality? Personality doesn't change over time, right? Personality is what you are. So personality is about judgment of your personality for that specific job, either you fit in that specific job or not, right? If that is, for example, receptionist job, so they will check your personality according to the scenario, according to the position, either you fit in for that receptionist job or not. For example, you are applying for flight steward, so flight steward job, there is specific personality that is required for that specific job. Biographical questionnaire, what organization do in this? They collect your basic information about what you are, right? What is your biography? What is your family background? What your family do? What your father do? Either your family used to work in the same discipline or not. Either your family has worked with the same organization or not. For example, if you go for again security agencies job or security organizations job in police, in army, in CSS as well, in civil service, they check your biographic information, that either your parents were in this service or not, your brothers, sisters, or your relatives are in this service or not. What does they do? Because that is their main concern. And most of organizations in US especially, and in other countries, in other first world countries, check your biographic information, especially after 9/11. What you do, what is your family, either they should offer you this job or not. Even you are selected, even you have all those skills that are required for that specific job, they want to check your background, they want to check your biographic question, biographic detail, what is your personality. Then let's move to personal interview. Of course, personal interview is another method in which one to one, or you are one and on the other side of the table there are for example 4 or 5 people. They interview you, they check you. That is personal interview. It means you are personally appearing in that specific interview. Next is assessment center. As I told you in previous slide, assessment center is what? Assessment center is when more than one candidate are called in some specific center. They interviewed, they checked in different tests. For example, they ask you for presentation, they can ask you for different games, they can ask you for different group discussions, and they check your abilities according to the requirement of that specific job. Okay, let's move from assessment center to reference check. Yes, this is another important point. Reference check means they can check from your previous organization. They can check from your teachers if you're a fresh candidate. They can check it. How was you when you were in studies? How were you performing when you were in your previous job? So reference check is very important with reference
Sorry,
to,
sir.
for example,
दोबारा से repeat the last piece.
okay, you want to repeat me with reference check? Okay, reference check is what?
Yes,
Reference check,
sir.
reference check is, reference check is you want to check with the previous organization, right? This is another method of checking the personality. What person was doing when he was working in previous organization, right? And if you are a fresh candidate, what you do when you were in the class, what you were doing, or what was your personality, or what is your character when you were in the university. That's why the organization ask you for the character certificate, right? Even when you are applying abroad for next degree, most of universities ask you for your character certificate, because they want to check your they want to have reference check of your personality, that what you do, what you were doing when you were in previous organization. Even your employer can call your previous boss. What was your personality? What was you doing? Why you left your previous organization? Right? Next is background investigation. Now, background investigation is what? Again, background investigation is the organization want to check your background on the basis of, for example, again, this background is becomes very important after 9/11, that every international organization wants to check your background. They can even check your social media profiles. As I told you in a class, I remember that one of the candidate, a good candidate, was rejected because she was appearing in a protest of that specific country for which she was going to be selected. Google. This is not, I mean, the standard selection method, but most of organizations use this method now. They Google your name, they Google your details, that what kind of personality you are. They want to see you, what you do on social media, what type of documents you share on social media, what type of discussions you are involved on social media. This can be Facebook, this can be LinkedIn, this can be Insta, this can be all other things. Then I will say heuristic. Heuristic is what? This is a bit of technical word, but heuristic is your journal view. Your journal view of manager want to check your personality from your day-to-day routine. For example, they this is not that practical approach, but organizations can do this. I mean, this is not that implementable, but this is one approach. Manager can see what I mean, if they can check your car, either your car is messy or not. What about your living room? Either it's messy or not. So they want to check your personality with reference to your